Hi, Empress Justice here, and welcome to the early June reading for Virgo. This is for Uttara Palguni, Hasta, and Chitra, and for any Western Virgoans in the house, you want your Sun, Moon, and Lagna. All right, now let's begin. First card we have of your main tarot cards here, we've got the Prince of Summer, okay? We have the Prince of Autumn, and also we have a year from now. Now, this is what usually happens. Usually the first card and the last card, the Oracle card anyway, they're usually in conversation with each other. So let's have a look at these two first. So for you, we've got romantic, captivating, dramatic, and flirtatious. That is the quality of the Prince of Summer or the Knight of Cups here, okay? So that's the quality of the archetype of this card, right? So you should expect romance, enchantment. I don't know if there's a lot of drama here, like it seems a bit more harmonious than that to me. And flirtation seems more grounded. So whilst I do see a romantic relationship in the near future of a Virgo, and you might have been getting signs that you're going to be on the receiving end of that, I think that it's not going to be as dramatic or as all or nothing as you thought. I think it's going to develop slowly, gently. I think there's a groundedness and maturity to this relationship as well as romance. It feels a little bit like it's the best of both worlds here. It feels very healthy, okay? So let's see what we can get from this card. It says falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. I think there is some grounding here. That's the odd thing. It's weird because some of you might have a powerful attraction to someone or a powerful desire for a person, and then you get what you want. You do get this person, only to find out that when you're with them, you can have a more genuine connection because they're not the person you built up in your head. They're human, and because they're human, because they have flaws, instead of making you pedestalize them or see them as the opposite, see them as scum or something like that. Like when they show their flaws, it's like, oh, okay, I understand this person, I get this person. And I feel like they might feel the same way about you. I feel like instead of it being like an immediate thing, I feel like you'll just grow on each other. It's not going to be like over the top intense. There is going to be romance, there is going to be enchantment. It's going to be really beautiful. But I can't see this being the type of relationship or relationships, if you're poly, that will be all intensity, all drama, no follow through. I don't see that. It's especially not with this card. Not with this card, right? So the kind of relationships that I'm seeing for a lot of Virgos, which you might get little signs of, it's like the universe will send you little signs of the type of person that's coming your way. And yeah, it will be a lot more grounded than you thought. The attraction is definitely going to be there, but it's not going to overwhelm the union. It's not going to overwhelm the relationship to the point where you can't think straight. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a year from now, like I said, the universe might have been sending little hints here and there. Sorry, they know I'm filming. They do this every time I'm filming. I'm just gonna have to wait for them to get on with it before I get on with the reading. Okay, Virgo, so as I pointed out before, this type of relationship that the universe is basically hinting at, it is not the type of relationship that's all bells and whistles with no grounding. I feel like there is very strong attraction here. I feel like there's very palpable chemistry, but it's like the both of you understand that there's chemistry there. So instead of you rushing anything, you're both going to be liable to take it slowly. It might be that you two meet each other, or you and other parties meet each other, and it's like the attraction and the chemistry is there, but you're both taking it slow and you're both being cautious. And I feel like the reason you know that is because you know how badly things can go very, very quickly. So it seems like either you're going to meet someone in the future that is really, really attractive to you and you're attractive to them, but that you're going to take it slowly, like a year from now at most. Or you might have already met this person. There might already have been chemistry, but you're going to decide to just take it slow because you know how far left into infatuation can get at this point. But either way, it's very healthy. It's very good. And you should be happy with the outcome. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Now, we've got to get to this card. This is the reason why I said that you might not have anything to worry about with regards to getting too caught up. It's because either you or this other person or these other people, or perhaps all of you, have a certain groundedness to you. Okay. Now, it says here that the Prince of Autumn, or the Knight of Coins, is dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous. And it says cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. So both you and the other parties involved are letting kindness and caution lead this, which is such a good move. It's such a good move because it's like, you know, you get caught up in instinct and like chemistry first and you don't get to know each other. It can lead to a disaster a little bit. But again, because you both know where you stand with each other, and you're both aware you have intimacy issues, and I'll get to that in a second, because you're both or all parties are aware of this, again, you're taking things slowly, you're letting things develop. And let's see. What I'm getting is that in your lives in general, there might be some stability. It might not be physical stability, it might be emotional stability, but I sense that there's a period of stability both financially and emotionally here. Maybe emotionally there's an ease. The currents are still flowing, but it's not turbulent, right? And then with finances, things are steady at the moment. They're not like, you know, there's not as much pressure for you, Virgo. And that might be adding to the sort of grounded and calm energy that you're experiencing in your own life at the moment. So let's see what we've got with the notes. First of all, I'm going to get to your houses. When the full moon in Anuradha hit on the 31st of May, it hit your third house of short distance trips, communications, and I don't know why they're yelling like that. Like, well, again, gangs talking. I know they know I'm filming, but yeah. So we've got the third house, which is to do with communications, neighbors, like the community around you, your siblings, your cousins, your aunts and uncles, your grandparents. Also, it's to do with formal education. Formal education is usually the third house. The third house is usually when a person is just kind of developing their identity. The second house is when people identify what they like. And the third house is usually people... Sorry, one second. The third house is usually people kind of developing who they are. It usually happens around the third house because it mimics the adolescent phase, right? Or the teenage phase. So that is basically where we are. We're at this stage where you're going back to the past inside your own mind. You're kind of, you know, retracing your footsteps when it comes to your background and kind of reviewing everything from the past. But you're being asked to look to your ninth house and look to the future. Rohini Sun in Taurus, focused on your ninth house, encouraged you to kind of go outside your ordinary remit. Now, when I do readings for people and I read for their ninth houses, it doesn't always mean foreign travel. Sometimes it can just mean you traveling further than you're used to and you talking to different people than you're used to. So I do see that that's really going to be healthy for you. That's really going to be something that you should do. You should get out more, go beyond your immediate environment, maybe take, I don't know, maybe take trips outside your city. I think that would be really, really good for you to do because right now it's about broadening your horizons and developing your long-term fortune. Because again, everything that you're doing right now, you're setting yourself up for the year ahead, right? So yeah, let's see what else we can get because I've got other cards for you. I've got other cards for you to do, but let's do the notes first. It says we've got intimacy issues, bachelor, new team, speaking a foreign language, Secure career change, I definitely see that. Moving house, building your own home, successful formula, abundant career. Oh, so it seems like you're moving out of chaos and into stability. And again, it's happening both emotionally and physically. I feel like the kind of stability that you're about to walk into, it comes directly from the frequencies you're emitting as a sign. You're emitting frequencies of being more stable, being more assured. So I feel like those are the type of environments that you're going to attract and that you're about to walk into. Okay, so your domestic life is changing, your home life is changing, your career is changing, your work is changing, but also your relationships are changing accordingly. And I see it as nothing more than a good thing. It can only be a good thing. But let's have a look at these cards right here. The Nine of Wands symbolizes the battles you've had to endure in maintaining your sanity and maintaining your mental and physical health. It's not that you're not successful, it's just that you're a little bit exhausted at the moment. Like you're a little bit fatigued. At the same time, as fatigued as you are, it doesn't stop you from being organized. In fact, ironically, you needing to take more rest, you kind of revolving your work around your rest and not the other way around, is making you more efficient. It's making you more ordered. It's making you more competent. Okay, so that's what's going on. When it comes to you organizing your career and your home life and your domestic duties, you're becoming more efficient, specifically because now you're burnt out and you're resting more. And emotionally, you're also balancing out because of the rest you're taking. So I did talk about this situation with the third house when it came to your past background, how you identified yourself once upon a time. We're coming back to that. And now you're healing your heart. You're finding forgiveness in your heart. And you're starting to realize, no, I'm not forgiving people who have hurt me because I'm forgiving them. They don't deserve that, I do. And you're starting to realize, like, when I forgive others, I'm also letting myself off the hook for not telling them to fuck off. Because this is the thing about unforgiveness. When you hold a grudge, you're not really holding a grudge against the people who hurt you. You're holding a grudge against yourself, and you're punishing yourself for not telling people who hurt you to fuck off. That's what you're doing. You're not punishing anybody else by holding a grudge. And especially if they're not in the picture anymore. Like, unless you're going to do something to them, you're not. In fact, even when you do something to them, you're still punishing yourself. You're still being your own worst enemy in that moment. So you choosing to forgive and let go and heal the past and heal your trauma and understand your trauma in more mature ways, you're actually letting yourself off the hook, which is so important to do. Okay, sometimes when you're trying to survive abuse, a switch goes off in your brain where you need to survive. Like, there's a survival skill in your brain, like it immediately kicks in. And sometimes the best thing you can do when you're not, when you are under distress or when you're being abused, sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing because of your immediate instincts. Your immediate instincts are towards survival. So in you forgiving, you understand that. In you forgiving yourself and other people, you understand that. And you let yourself off the hook, which is what you need. Let me tell you something, Virgo. Okay, so the second you do that, things immediately start getting better for you. Things immediately start improving in your life. And they were already improving anyway, but they start improving in your life, your career, your home life, your friendships, your love life. Everything starts improving because you made up your mind, I'm not going to hold a grudge. Screw that. So now things are improving for you. And again, it's because of the frequency that you're emitting. You're emitting a frequency that aligns with people who are on the same path as you. Okay. So yeah, you're really doing great things for yourself right now. You're doing amazing things for yourself. But again, I see it from a more grounded perspective. This is not bells and whistles. There is long-term good fortune that I'm seeing here, but it's not like really, really dramatic. It just is what it is. It's happy though. You should feel happy about it. So anyway, that was for Virgo. That was for Uttara Palguni, Hasta, and Chitra. And for my Western Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Lagna. Forgive all the interruptions. I'm sorry. But I have been Empress Justice. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye, my darlings.